Welcome back, everyone. Ace has slicked back his hair, given himself a clean shave, and slapped on some aftershave. So, we are at the woman's house. Unfortunately for us, the door will not open, and there is no one home. And Ace, in a horrible fit of rage, decides that he's just going to start shooting things at random. And luckily for us, in that fit of rage, he manages to shoot the lock off the door, causing it to open. So with that out of the way, we're just gonna step right on inside the house. Inside, it smells of the same cheap perfume that Siegel's secretary's office smelled like. So this is apparently her house. Now, we find this slip of paper here, which has a combination on it when we read it. And there is also another piece of paper with a combination on it. One of these is a fake note, and one of these is a real note. Also, we open up this desk here for key 5. It's always nice to find more keys, even if we don't know what the hell they go to. There we go. Alright. And in this part, I, for some reason, decided to open the diary. I don't know why. But there's a bookmark inside that has JS imprinted on it, which is obviously Joey Siegel, and he gave the bookmark to this lady. And apparently he and her were dating for a while, until her inner gold digger got the best of her, and she decided to make eyes for John Sternward, who was apparently married to the very large lady thrown in the trunk in the car in front of the bar. That was not meant to rhyme, but it did. So, apparently he and her had an affair going on behind Mrs. Sternward's back. And luckily enough for us, the cabbie is still waiting for us out here, even though we were wildly shooting our gun outside earlier. This guy's apparently made of very strong stuff. But we are now going on to, I believe, Sherman Street? Yes, okay. Because that is where the doctor's office was at, I believe. I believe that's how we found it out. It was a bill for the doctor's office that was delivered to the bar. Yes. Now, fortunately for us, this door is open, so Ace doesn't have to break the glass out of it. And we are in this lobby of the office, and the first place we want to go, and actually the first place we have to go, is the doctor's office. And just so happens that the key that we found in the lady's house is also the key to the doctor's office. Why she had that key, no idea, but she just did. And inside we happen to find a large stock of prescription medication, so we're going to be busy looting all of that for just a moment. So now that we've finally looted all of the medication without bothering to read the labels, it's time to start taking this medication at random. And to take the medication, we have to first dump it in these capsules that we found in the trash can earlier. That's really horrifying, but that's what we're doing. And luckily enough for us, this medication brings back Ace's memory, at least a little bit of it. It's apparently the medicine to counteract the medicine that we got to lose our memory in the first place. This one is of a childhood memory of the father of the priest from Ace's boarding school, which I'm sure is a very horrifying memory, and to be quite frank with you, I know priest jokes are old, but I can't help it, I have to fake it. And we continue just taking this medication, hoping that we don't end up overdosing on it. The next memory to come in is a memory of Ace's dog, Taco. Taco apparently horribly mauled Ace in his childhood, which probably explains why his face looks so horrifying in these close-up shots when we're getting our memory back. And of course, we have another Medicine 6, so it's time to take it. And when we take it, we finally get back our last memory, which is the memory of Ace's first kiss with a girl named Susie Q. And really, who the hell names their kid Susie Q? I don't know. But anyways, with that final dose, we luckily enough get the memory back for Ace. He remembers who he is. He remembers that he is Ace Harding, which we kind of already knew. But he does now remember that he was a private eye. Or a private dick if you prefer that nomenclature. And we have this filing cabinet here now that we can't open. And since it's a metal filing cabinet and our fists probably won't do a whole lot to it, Ace decides just to shoot it too. Why not? Just shoot everything that gets in our way. That seems to be the good plan for this part of the game. We were first in the punching everything phase, and now we're in the shooting everything phase. And, of course, this filing cabinet is full of files. Go figure. The first file is a patient chart for Ace, and it says that he strongly urged to stop smoking, which is probably a smart idea, but everyone smoked back then, so whatever. And here we find another note that says that Joey Siegel's secretary is named Martha Vickers, and she was the one who ended up ordering the pills, the medication rather, that probably messed with our memory. And this note is completely worthless, so I, of course, read it twice on accident. Yeah. And here's a file that explains what all these medicines do, which we probably should have read before taking the medicines at random. But, you know, live and learn. We all have to learn from our mistakes as long as we don't kill ourselves with him. But anyways, the office is done now, so we can move on upstairs in a second. Alright. Now when we make it upstairs, we get this ominous music and there's this very menacing looking shadow in the door. So that means one of two things. Either the office has that hitman in it that we were warned about by the drunken bum that was stumbling around, or it's just a customer waiting to make us do some kind of stupid work. In either case, there's only one solution to this problem. We have to shoot it. Of course. Because I'll be damned if somebody makes me do some work. And now, with that problem solved, we can unlock the door that was locked. How we got it in there with the door locked, don't know. Anyways, not important. What is important is that the same key that unlocked the doctor's office will also unlock Ace's office. I'm not sure how wise it is to have every business in a large building use the same key to lock their doors, but whatever. Yes, too bad we had to murder that man. In any case, trying to examine the body shows that there's nothing unusual, so apparently there's nothing unusual to Ace about murdering people. He has been dulled to violence that much. And here we get the fun of opening the container to open another container just to get the item that we actually want, which is bullets for our gun that we don't actually need. Those bullets are worthless. We are done with the gun. I don't know why they give them to you, because any other use of the gun will generally get you arrested and make you lose the game. Anyway, here's a letter apparently implicating Ace in the kidnapping of Mrs. Sternwood. Apparently, the idea here is that he was blackmailed into doing it because of gambling debts. See, I told you he had a horrible gambling addiction. But apparently it was Siegel. This note is meant to imply that it was Siegel who wrote it, so that's kind of strange. And also, these next two notes are about a woman named Sugar Shack, which was the woman that we knocked out cold earlier. And now that I think about it, we kind of knocked her out and just left her in the middle of the street, so I wonder if she's okay. It doesn't matter. Oh yes, and it is also worth noting that in this room, if you step into this room before you regain your memory, you will die. It's just another asshole move on the part of the guys who made the game. There's no real reason for it. It's just if you walk in there without your memory regained, you're gonna die. In the NES version, at least. In the other versions, you die in some other room that I can't recall. In any case, we have no real indication of where to go next, so Ace is going to think about that while experimenting with prescription medication, so I'll see you then. Don't do drugs, kids.